Good morning, everyone. I just want to first say that this is definitely a tribute to Kevin Samuels. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with that. A lot of people are going to disagree with that, but that's fine. I really want to take my time with this video to give tribute to him, to give respect to the brother. I wishes that he rest in power, he rest in peace. Condolences out to his family and friends. Whether you like it or not, Kevin Samuel was very impactful for the Black community. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you believe that his message was positive or negative, he was still impactful. And I'm going to share with you what I said last night on Ricky Manner's show, and I stand behind that 10 toes down. Now, in respect to Kevin Samuels, I'm going to go off and give you the scent for today. The scent for today is Black Tuxedo, and as you can tell there, Manly Indulgence. Smells very good. It says here with notes of white musk, lavender, and cedarwood. Also, the scent for today is Ajmal 2. Again, this is in tribute to Kevin Samuels and his platform. As you see the perpetual motion in the background there, he also made that very, very famous as well. But as we dive inside this conversation, and whether we agree with Kevin Samuels' message or not, we have to be very clear and concise of what his message was. It was not to tear down Black men. It was not to tear down Black women. It was to push the conversation forward on marriage. In my humble opinion, his ending goal was to have Black women and Black men married together. He was telling Black men his first 3 years on YouTube, where people really didn't know about him, not to overshoot your shot and to level up. And of course, his last broadcast here in the last year and a half was directed towards Black women. He was giving them data, he was giving them analysis, he was giving them the facts. Majority of the Black women wanted this lifestyle that Black men could not give them. Because when you look at the statistics, the numbers, and as I said this time and time again, numbers do not lie, people do. Majority of Black men only make around $42,000 to $52,000. How can you continue to look for these fictitious Black men that do not exist? So I think because he was very provocative, he was very provocative, he was just very shocking in the way he marketed himself. People didn't like that. They had some sort of disdain for him, some sort of hate from him, because he told women the reason why you're not getting these men is because you have children. It's because you're overweight. It was his delivery. But family, I will tell you this, in his delivery, was it not true? Was it not real? Was it not reality as we know it? He was very pragmatic, in my opinion, at how he approached certain topics. Even myself, I would say it myself, I did not agree with everything the man has said, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't true. I didn't agree in some of the ways he said it. But now we got all these people on social media doing anything for clout, using his name, slaying his name. I just heard someone on the internet saying they glad that he passed away. How can we be glad that another Black man passed away simply on his opinions, his views, and facts? Talking about he hurt the Black community. No, he did not. He was pushing the marriage conversation forward very explicitly, probably in a manner that you did not want. Believe me, growing up, I didn't like some of the things my family said to me. My aunts, my uncles, my mom. And that occurred in your life as well. So let me share with you very quickly what I said on the Ricky Manner show. I'm going to share that with you very quickly here, because I want you to understand The same thing I'm saying here today is the same thing I said briefly last night. And I think it's very important you see this.
But the back to what we were talking about with the whole Kevin Samuels deal, man. I mean, I know you didn't listen to him, Big J. What are your thoughts on him? Financial literacy.
Of course, I didn't agree with the brother on everything he said, but he made some very relevant points that I think move the conversation in the black community and black men and black women forward. Again, I tell people in the black community, you don't have to agree with 100% of somebody says to walk with them and to essentially progress and evolve. And that's what he did. He evolved conversations to a point where men was once uncomfortable, made it comfortable in having these conversations, right? Whether you agree with it or not, they were uncomfortable to a point where they had to make you grow, right? Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, the society allowed females to beat on us without us having any verbal or intellect to combat it. And when you did, they destroyed you. They destroyed people's careers. They destroyed people's platforms. They destroyed people's homes in some instance. So he gave a voice. He was a sounding board for black men and men in general, right? Regardless, he was a red pill, a manosphere. I don't care about all that stuff. But he brought us some very relevant topics. A lot of things he said I agree, and a lot of things he said I disagree. But I understood where he was coming from. All the while, his total message was to put black men and black women on one accord to be married. And I think that is the main message that everybody is missing. Well, he said this and he said that and he said to this black woman. But if you ever listen to the man, the one thing he wanted was the black family to be the core nucleus, to be where we once was back in the 50s and 60s.
Now, with that being said, family, he brought the conversation to light. He said a lot of things that black men wanted to say to black women for a very long time without being demonized, without being put down, without being shut out. And again, we're not going to agree with everything that everybody says, but again, his total message to me, family, was that he was trying to build black marriages to be the core nucleus as it once was back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And you may not agree the way he went about it. That's perfectly fine. But did you understand the total message? See, what he did was he was very clear, concise, and he made things very transparent, not only to women, but to men too. See, we're only talking about the latter of his life on YouTube, but we're not talking about the early stages of his life on YouTube when he was speaking about black men. He was telling black men how to dress, how to talk, how to smell. He was teaching us all these things, but also being very clear and transparent about how you should be. He didn't get really that popular until he started speaking on black women, because he realized that for a long time, black men have been shut up. We have been silent, because if we spoke out against our own women in a light that they seem negative in any sort, that basically your head would get chopped off, whether it be professionally, personally, or virtually on social media. He gave us a voice, whether you like it or not. Again, I must say this over and over again. I did not agree to everything what the man has said. Absolutely not. But the rhetoric, the hate, the heinous comments and content that I'm viewing is very hurtful for me, because we don't show that same smoke for white supremacy. We don't show that same smoke for Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm seeing people in courthouses where the white female police officer went inside a black man's apartment while he's in his underwear eating ice cream and thinking that he was an intruder in his own home, and shot and killed him dead. And the man's brother hugged the police officer, and the black judge hugged the police officer in court. But we are celebrating a black man's death. Kevin Samuel was an icon. Kevin Samuel was an icon. He was very impactful. He was very influential, whether you like it or not. And I hope, I pray, I wish that the brother rest in peace. And I hope there's 3 or more that replaces him, because the conversations need to be had, because the number one group in America for divorce are Black women. We keep wanting these things that are not attainable when we look at the situation that Black America is in. Ladies and gentlemen, Black people as a whole don't make that much money. And it's not because you don't have the skills, you don't have the licenses, you don't have the degrees, you don't have the certifications. We live in a white supremacy society that puts a ceiling, it puts a cap on how far you will make it. And you're telling me because a certain person, because a man does not make 6 figures or more, he quote unquote not a high value man or a high earning man, that you cannot be with him because you desire a lifestyle. And if he can't give you that lifestyle, you would rather be by yourself. What? I tell people, hey, you can easily make 100,000. He make 50,000, you make 50,000, you guys make 100,000. Oh, no. You want to stay home? Never mind. I don't want to go into that arena just now, because again, I want to pay tribute to the man and his content and respecting his platform. I know there's going to be people who are going to make clips of a lot of his videos. Hopefully they do that in a good light to show the very best of him. Of course, there's going to be people that show the very worst of him, whatever they consider to be the very worst. But nonetheless, family, we have to understand that he stirred up so much stuff in us talking and thinking about what we want in our lives, what Black women wanted and what they needed. See, a lot of times you're like, hey man, I'm gonna run this 100 meters in 9 seconds. It may not be possible where you're currently at 300 pounds. I'm speaking from a man's perspective, not talking about women right now. So don't get it twisted, don't get it confused. Hey, you may need to lose a couple of pounds in order to run that 9-second 100 meters. What am I getting at? He was making things very transparent in the Black community, our social economic standing, where we were positioning that. So all of these things are relevant. But I just can't get over that people are celebrating his death. I just heard a woman on social media talking about she is happy that he's dead because he denigrated and talked down to Black women. No. Me personally, the only time he talked down to Black women, and I even said, oh man, that was pretty harsh, is when they disrespected him. And at that point, I'm like, rightfully so. And here's the thing. I'm not getting on here trying to defend everything he said or everything he didn't say. But to me, he was needed. And he still is needed, or there's people in that arena that is needed. I don't agree with the whole red pill, manosphere sort of thing. But again, what I took from Kevin Samuels was his message on Black families, his message on Black people being married. There are some things he's talking about, Black men going out and getting white women and Miley and Becky. No. I don't agree to that. I don't agree to that at all. But here's the thing. I don't agree with a lot of people I follow. Family. Here's the thing. You're not going to agree on everything somebody says. Whether you married, single, in a relationship, work on a job, you're not going to respect, you're not going to believe, you're not going to follow, you're not going to agree on everything that somebody says. But that doesn't mean you can't rock with them. That doesn't mean you can't learn with them. That means that you can't pick up something that is useful from them. There's somebody on your job that you like, I don't like that guy at all, but he knows how to do this, and you respect that one thing. You're with your significant other. You don't like your significant other 100% of the time. You disagree with your significant other. I know me and my wife does. We disagree on some topics, but that's okay. We're still living together. We're still in love with each other. We're still happy with one another. So when people tell me, oh, I didn't agree with, well, what you didn't disagree with? Kevin Samuel was an icon. Absolutely. Kevin Samuel was an icon. That's my belief, and I'm sticking to my guns because he made a difference positively for me as I looked at the perspective and narratives he was giving out in the Black community. An icon, a person or thing widely admired, especially for having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. Widely admired, especially having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. And where people are not saying here, family, that a lot of women respected Kevin Samuels. I know that Kevin Samuels, he touted and pouted about, the 6 marriages he got, the 6 couples he got, and I think out of the 6 couples, I think 3 or 4 of them got married. He used to talk about that a lot when he first came on. But nonetheless, I don't think that we should really celebrate in a negative manner, in a negative tone, that this man lost his life at a very young age. I believe he was 56. But in that, he accomplished a lot of things. I would like to say, I don't know his financial standings prior to him blowing up on YouTube and Instagram, but I don't think he was a millionaire. Maybe he was close to it, but I don't think he was a millionaire. But when I really think about it, I believe he died happy. I saw a video clip of him celebrating, I believe it was in Miami on his 56th birthday. He was a very happy-go-lucky guy. So that was very positive in the light, because a lot of times we mourn people's death, but we need to take the time to celebrate his life and the change he made in the Black community. Again, I'm a very pro-Black person, so there's a lot of things I did not agree with him on, and that's perfectly fine. But I believe that he was better than he was bad. That's just my opinion. Let me see some of your comments here. Okay, I see my brother here, Sean. What's going on? RIP to Kevin Samuels. We got Derek C. RIP to the Godfather. Much respect. Sean says, I agree with you, or say it without being cussed out. Absolutely. He said, facts being blunt is looked as being rude. I can't agree with you more, my brother. I cannot agree with you more. And that's the thing. We have become very, very silenced in this new generation, right? We no longer have free speech. We're talking about, the Democrats are talking about us being in forms of socialism, and the Republicans are being forms of dictatorships. But if you ever read works about Karl Marx, then you will understand that a social society is just a dictatorship in disguise. That's basically what it is. Good morning to Jermaine Anderson. Nice to see you as well, brother. If you don't have an opinion to what someone says, you're just a follower to me. Absolutely. I can't agree with you more. I'm enjoying you guys' comments, because here today, this video is tribute to Kevin Samuels, as I gave out the candle and the smell for today with my black tuxedo from the company Manly Indulgence, one of my favorite candle companies. Then, of course, the scent today is Ajmal 2. This is one of those Middle Eastern spices. I really love this particular spice. I mean, I remember I started doing this, and that was kind of inspired by Kevin Samuels. That perpetual motion contraption you see, that was inspired by Kevin Samuels. So he was very influential. My wife and I, we used to sit down on some nights, especially when he first came out speaking about issues between Black men and Black women, but he was geared towards Black women. And my wife would sit there right beside me, and she'd be like, babe, he right. I mean, he's saying it kind of harshly. He's saying it kind of rough around the edges, but you can't argue with the truth. He used to say that our women are built like linebackers. Absolutely correct. He said that our women are bigger than the men. Absolutely correct. Are we mad that basically he's saying that our women are fat and that they need to lose weight? I mean, if it's not for health reasons, then what is for? It's not just for a man, it's for your health reasons, correct? But the counter argument with that would be, well, there are a lot of fat men too, but the women are fatter. That's the whole point. He basically was telling women that, hey, here you are, triple fat obese, and you want these six-figure men. You want these high-value men. You want these high-earning men. You can't get those men. They don't want you. Then some women who are very, very beautiful, who say, well, you know, I have a child or two. Those men don't want you. You want these particular men. What are wrong with the blue-collar, hard-working men who are making anywhere from $45,000 to $55,000? What's wrong with those men? And anytime women would try to disrespect those men, he spoke up for those men. I don't understand what's wrong with that, because he understood the social economic standing that black men are in. He understands that black men really don't make over $52,000, $55,000, and very few of us are making anywhere from $80,000 and up. He was just bringing transparency, realism. He was being very pragmatic about his message, and yeah, he was rough around the edges. He said some things that people didn't like, but God damn it, he was telling the truth. But here we are disrespecting the man. He haven't even been resting in peace 48 hours, and I'm seeing the internet blow up and speak so badly about this man, but no one is talking about the good that he has done. Because before him, you had a lot of these people in the manosphere, these rare pill men groups. In my opinion, they was never promoting marriage, in my opinion. Because I heard some of that rhetoric, and I never tuned into them, but I tuned into him. Because he was talking about building the black family. He made a comment. He said, you will never do better than your baby daddy. And a lot of things he said, I believe that some women took that in matter of factly, where he was saying for the mass majority of women, you will not do better than your baby daddy. And I agreed. I agree to a certain extent. But I don't understand why we're not respecting the man's lineage and his legacy of what he actually stood for. He stood for black men and black women being together. Yeah, I know there were some episodes on there that, man, I turned off. I'm not gonna lie. He's talking about black men being with Becky and Miley and MISO and all these other groups of people. I tuned that out because I can't agree and I won't follow everything that a person says just because he's that person. Won't do it. Most people, not just black people, don't want to hear the truth. I see I got Brent C. Good morning, Brent C. Nice to see you, brother. Everybody's tuning in. But yeah, right now, I think I know that forgot the media outlet that confirmed his death. I know a lot of people are waiting from TMZ to confirm his death, and people are trying to find out the cause of his death. At this point, family, that doesn't even matter to me. If the brother's dead and gone, condolences to his family, his friends, his loved ones, people who was influenced by him, people who admired him. But hate is such a strong word in our community. We're wishing this man dead because of his opinion, because of his facts, because of the analysis and data that he brought forth that was the truth. See, that's the thing. We understand that this whole terminology that men are logical and women are emotional. And what he pointed out is that women would speak through their emotions because when they would respond to him, they say, I feel, I think. And then when a man brings data, because we deal in logic, then we're the bad guy. You're overweight, you're not that cute, and you have kids. And he was telling them very bluntly why you can't get these six-figure men, because for one, six-figure black men are rare. Six-figure black men are rare, family. I did a video about the homelessness rate and percentage in the black community. Did you know that over 50 people out of 10,000 people 50 out of 10,000 people in the black community are homeless. Did you know that? See, when it comes to the population percentages, we are number 3. So last time I checked the Census Bureau, it's been quite some time now, but white people, not including Hispanic people, was around 70-something% of America. This is of America. America is 70-something% white, 16 to 18% Hispanic, and anywhere from 13 to 15% black, and then 8 to 10% Asian. So we're the third population. So when you factor in we're the third population, but we have the highest homelessness rate, and we have one of the lowest incomes per capita, he was only being transparent and telling women that these men that you're asking for can get younger, more beautiful, more vibrant women than you, being older, overweight, and with children. He just said it very bluntly. He said it very harshly because some women just couldn't get it. They couldn't get it. They just believe because a lot of men are talking to them. Look, a lot of men are talking to you all the time. They just trying to smash. You got kids. Why is he not offering you the ring? He like, yeah, I'm thinking about marrying you. That's one of his keys to just having sex with you. He's going to continue to keep trying to have sex with you over and over again until the sex runs out. But he was being very transparent and clear about his message and what he was doing. Kevin Samuels was an icon. We got Laverne Gibbs. Good morning to you too, sir. Vern says, better the hard truth I say than the comforting fantasy. Carl Sagan. Ling Hillfield says, but they cry over Pookie and Ray Ray that cause nothing but destruction to our community. Absolutely. We condone we condone ratchetness in our communities. But you take someone like Kevin Samuels, who seems to be a self-made man in some regards, with a very provocative message, and because he's harsh in his delivery, we can't respect that. And I'm just like, I don't remember this black community. I'm talking about Generation X as well as millennials. We grew up in a generation where our parents was harsh. They talk to us all types of crazy, and I'm not saying they should have, but we're kind of used being scolded verbally. And again, I don't want to take away from the man's message, because at the end of the day, he was trying to conjoin, he was trying to bond the black family back. He understood that black wealth resides in black families. Let me give you another fact, because I know people hate facts. I know people have data. Let me ask you this question. Who are the poorest group of people in America? First, you're going to say black, and then I want you to divide that. Between black men and black women, who are the poorest? It's black women. Black women are the poorest group in America, because they have the highest student loan debt. But see, we keep doing this in the black community where we're trying to join, but black women are 4 times to be divorced. 4 times more likely than any other group to be divorced. And some of the statistics that Kevin Samuel would say that 1 in 4 black women will be married. That means there are a lot of our women single, on their own, struggling with kids or struggling with student loan debt. And he used to say terms of need to be right, will not cooperate, all these use. I don't want to take from the man's message, but he used to use some of these key phrases that he was really trying to drill into the black community to have them to understand. Sometimes you just got to be humble. You don't have to be argumentative about each and everything that you say. Yesterday, I did a video on emotional intelligence and what that really was. I think you guys should go check that out because I came from a different perspective on what emotional intelligence really is. And this is how I feel this and I feel that, and I believe this and I believe that. He was very clear and concise when he was asking women these questions and they could not answer it, or they spoke out of what? They spoke out of emotion, not fact. They spoke out of fiction, not fact. And I was surprised that a lot of women that went on his show were very polite, was very respectful, did take his advice, did understand where he was coming from, and in turn, he was respectful. The only time that I saw him get disrespectful or harsh with one of his guests on his shows is when they disrespected him first or they overtalked him. Man, that whole, don't overtalk me. I didn't really agree with that. I'm like, Kevin, you didn't let the lady finish what she was saying. But then again, people are like, oh, it's his platform, respect the platform, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't agree to all that. But that's fine. But overall, I believe that his platform was very positive. That's just my perspective. That's just the way that I look at it. A lot of you may disagree. Sean says, I agree with the link. World Star, nothing but negativity. Absolutely. And you know what? And I hate to say this too, because I know that we have a lot of Caribbean and African who support Black Americans, but a lot of those platforms, Sean, are ran by these bootlicking immigrants that come over here, that blend in, that look like us, that we think that's our brothers and sisters, but the only thing they're trying to do is undermine us. And they undermine people who are absolutely good for the Black community. Not all, just saying some. What's going on, Mitch? He says, good morning from Alaska. Very shocking to wake up and find out Brother Samuel's passing, RIP. Absolutely, Brent C. He says there's power in family. Absolutely. Derek C. says sign language. I know that's abbreviation for something. I want to go back to the comment that Link said. He says, but they cry over Pookie and Ray Ray that cause nothing but destruction to our Black communities. When I look at the condition of the Black community, I'm surprised that any of us are married what we see on social media. And some of us would like to believe that social media is this virtual, fictitious place that doesn't exist. Somehow, we make it very real. There's a realism to social media because people are acting out as though this shit is real. I would be on Clubhouse, speaking on stage on different topics, and anytime I feel like, oh, this is not going the way I want it, I turn it off. I don't have to be on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, you can turn it off. People will go on Kevin Samuel's show. This is so asinine. Get upset, angry, and mad at something that you can turn off. I don't get it. If you don't like the content, then don't turn it on. It's one of the most freedoms you ever had in your life. Lord have mercy. Link says, we also the only race of people that say that they don't need a man. Well, at least in America. Go to another country, they honor their men and let them lead. You know, let me tell you this, and I hate to be political right here, family, but the Democratic Party has done something to the Black community to really decimate and manipulate our whole entire race here in America. They prop up our women and destroy our men. Right now, the new press secretary, I forgot her name. What's this lady's name? But she's the first Black press secretary that's openly gay. So if anybody know her name, throw it in the chat. They got all of these first, like Ketanji Brown. She's the first Black female to be a Supreme Court justice. And we have Black women cheering that. A lot of the fraternities, a lot of the boulets, a lot of the sophisticated blacks are champion that. But no, I'm not voting for them damn Democrats. I'm not voting for them damn Republican Klansmen. I'm not voting for the Democrats. I'm not voting for the Republican Klansmen. They have done nothing for the black community except give us empty promises over and over again. This is why the black family is so important. We are better together than we are apart. We're not going to do anything politically. The only thing they're going to do is give you symbolism. Symbolism is intangible. You can't eat symbolism because Ketanji Brown became the Supreme Court justice. What is that going to do for you and your family? Absolutely nothing. That's not going to feed your son. That's not going to feed your daughter. That's not going to feed your wife or husband. It's not. It's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to elevate your socioeconomic status. It's not going to elevate and raise your paychecks. It won't help your business in any sorts of a manner. It's once again symbolism. If you're watching a lot of your shows, you're watching a lot of your series, you're watching a lot of movies, now they're trying to break up the black family. You're seeing black women with white men with black women, and black men will, I guess we've been with white women for a time. But nonetheless, they're showing it more and more than they ever had before. And now they're showing us more in what? An LGBT perspective. Every time I see somewhat of an upstanding black man, he turns out to be gay when he's on TV, or something is wrong with him. This is the light, this is the view, this is the perspective, this is how they're trying to show us. They're showing us that masculinity is toxic. But let me tell you this, family, toxic masculinity is toxic. When you label that masculinity is toxic, that's toxic. I see I got my brother Christopher Clayton. Nice to see you again, brother. Hope you're doing better. He said, hey, Ross, just hearing about Kevin Samuels passing. Told it to his family, RIP. Much respect. Sean says, don't forget when they die, they don't use the club pictures or the pictures on the block. They use pictures from graduations or churches, celebrate the person they were. Absolutely. Why is that? Why is that? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm talking about Jean-Pierre. I'm just going to call it Jean-Pierre for fun. But yeah, family, that's where we are now, black community. And see, tribute to Kevin Samuel is tribute to his message. It's tribute to his platform and respect and honor to his legacy. His legacy in whole, from my standpoint and where I'm looking at it, is to have black men and women together. And telling black women, you want Birkin bag, you want Gucci shoes and shirts, you want Saint Laurent shades, you want all of these expensive things. And that's why you want these fictitious six-figure men. Let me tell you something. When I went to college in West Virginia, it was a predominantly white college. I went there on a football scholarship, and these white boys would tell me they're getting with black women just to check the block. Just to check the block. They have no intentions of marrying you. And yeah. Don't get me wrong, sister. There's going to be some white boys that marry you. There's going to be some Asian guys that marry you. There's going to be some Hispanic guys that marry you. Absolutely. But for the most part, a lot of these men, a lot of these guys are checking the block for interracial access to sex. They just, hey, I had sex with a black chick, check. I had sex with an Asian chick, check. I know black guys like that. They just like, yeah, man, I never had sex with a white girl, so man, I'm just gonna try it out. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna marry her. I'm gonna marry a sister, you know. I just want a little vanilla, you know what I'm saying? I want a snow bunny. I got that. I got that, family. They just checking the block. But our women need to know. Our women need to know that we love them. We respect them. See, when you're talking about these black men, ladies, when you're talking about these black men, you're talking about Pookie and Ray Ray. You're talking about these dusty dudes. You're talking about these dusty dudes, and then I'm hearing this new narrative about Russell Wilson is a simp. Right? Russell Wilson is a simp. I can't agree to that. How is Russell Wilson a simp? He's a happily married man from what I can see. If anything, he should be, he's an icon for Black fathers, where he's taking care of other Black kids that are not his own. How is he a simp? Because he's catering to his wife. I cater to my wife. She's gonna hate me what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it, baby. I just bought, almost $5,000 for a bookshelf in her office. She deserves that. She puts up with me. She knows I don't like to cook on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but she puts up with me, and she just gave me a talking to last night. I just had to shut up. Like, yeah, you're right, babe. I try to figure out how not to cook, but shit, she caught me again. But ladies and gentlemen, we're better together. So that woman downstairs, if you want to call me a simp, I'm simping, but I'm happy and I'm peaceful. I'm up here in my man cave. I said, babe, I'm about to go upstairs, smoke me a cigar, play some poker on the fire stick. She said, okay, babe. She be downstairs doing her hair or cooking or doing something around the house. I'm in peace. Black women, that's the only thing that Black men want. We want respect and we want peace. But if you telling me because I don't make $100,000, you can't be with me, well, God damn it, I'm just like a female. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need a woman bringing me down too. Shit. Oh, well, he needs to level up. He needs to put in the work. He needs to be where I want him to be. I'm going to get with a man. I'm going to build him up. No. I'm a bus driver, and that's the only thing I want to do is drive buses. That's the only thing I want to do is drive buses each and every day, come home, have a beer, have sex, slap the kids. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do nothing more. I don't want to invest. I don't want to buy property. This is the life I want. Are you okay with that? You want all these things, then you need to go get a man. And you know what? Good luck. Good luck with that. But with me, you're gonna live in a home with food on the table. You're gonna be safe, protected, secure. I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna do the best that I can with my finances. We're gonna make smart choices. We're gonna have a nest egg. We're gonna have an emergency fund. We're gonna try to maximize what we bring into the home. But you want me out here 14, 16 hours a day? Why did I marry you? Why am I having a family? See, we gotta talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Why in the hell am I working extra hard and I'm never with the woman I married? Why am I working extra hard when I'm not with the kids that I made or the kids that I'm actually helped raising? See, that's a part of the conversation that we don't talk about. A lot of us, we always talking about how we're going to level up, how we're going to make more money, how can we compound our investments, how can we multiply our ROI, our return of investment. Those are the things we talk about the most. But what about those men who are just really good men but don't want to do nothing else? They contribute to their 401k. They have a life insurance policy. They have a will. They have a trust. They may have all of these other things. But the only thing they want to do is drive that Uber. The only thing they want to do is drive that bus. The only thing they want to do is be an electrician. But they don't want to do nothing else. Well, babe, we should do this. No, if we do that, then we can't take vacations every year. So you want to buy a property or you want to take a vacation? Oh, wait, I want to build generational wealth. I got life insurance. It's $1 million. That's generational wealth. Did the next generation? I wasn't given $1 million. See, we look at this as though we have to do everything. I'm hearing people, we got a farm. I'm not a farmer. Oh, we got to grow shrubs, our own fruits, our own vegetables in our backyard and all. No. What people don't understand, in Black communities back in the 40s and 50s, everybody didn't grow their own food. There was one dude who grew corn, one dude who grew peas, right? And I knew how to fix your electrical problems. It was a bartered system where people knew different skills and people trained and licensed on different things and would say, hey man, I give you a basket of tomatoes and you come fix my electrical outlet. I got you, brother. Thanks for the tomatoes. It was a trading system. Let's just put dirt on Kevin Samuel's name. Let's put dirt on Kevin Samuel's name, because from what I can tell, shit, majority of black women, 7, 8 out of 10, all want men who make 6 figures. Good luck with that, especially if you want a black man. You know where you came from. You know what type of environment we live in. We live in a white supremacy environment. I don't care if you believe in racism or not. Well, goddamn nigga exists. See, here's the thing. Just because you don't believe in something, just because you haven't witnessed it, just because you haven't went through it, does not mean it does not exist. It's kind of like somebody fell off in the Niagara Falls and they drowned. Just because you didn't do it doesn't mean it don't exist. Does that make sense? Probably not. Probably went over what somebody said, but nonetheless, you get what I'm getting at. That's the type of stupid crap that we don't understand. Just because it has not happened to you yet does not mean that racism, white supremacy, racial bias, discrimination is not real. It is. Sean says that's opinions of people with broken homes and just unhappy. Absolutely. That's jumped out days. Difference is that's your wife. Absolutely. Love her to death. Sean on a tangent. I see you, brother. Rosalind says, you do let them chase the fallen dollar. Bitcoin, get your own money. That's why my daddy told me. Absolutely. Sean says, in reality, a 6-figure man can't afford a Birkin bag or get the list to get one. That's my point. Let's just take, for instance, because I'm not gonna put my business out there. Let's take, for instance, I make 6 figures. Yeah, I bought my wife's bag from the outlet, and I think it wasn't a Coach. I forgot the name of it, but it definitely was not Gucci, Fendi, Lindy, Saint Laurent. Yeah, I can't afford a Birkin bag. Let's just put it that way. I looked up a Birkin bag. Family, and I heard they had bags that was worth more, but this Birkin bag that I looked up was $500,000, and that's what our women want. It's a fucking bag. You just put shit. That's all you do is put stuff in it. Like what happened to Coach? What's wrong with Coach? Coach is a leather bag. And then there's some bags that are not even quote unquote name brand that are really good bags. Like, y'all remember the old book bags, JanSport? Why women can't carry book bags? I'm kidding. I know it's not stylish. I get it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh gosh. It just hurts me that I'm seeing all these black women and black men talk negative about Kevin Samuels because of some of the harsh things he said, and not really brought to light some of the positive things he said. That's very disheartening. But let me tell you something. With that being said, we're talking about Birkin bags. We're talking about all these expensive things, family. Well, let me show you where I got my quote unquote, they call it a Merce. But no, this is like a small little book bag. I'm gonna show you a good site that I go to that I think every black woman should have one of these bags, because not only is it black owned, but they are stylish. Look at this, family. This site is called Actively Black. I stumbled on this site. A buddy told me about it. And here's some bags right here. I'm gonna go to shop. Let's see here. I'm gonna show you the bag that I bought. I bought a couple of things. I bought some clothing from here. They got t-shirts. And they don't know that I'm doing this, but I want to show you. And believe it or not, a lot of this stuff isn't cheap. Like this shirt right here, the same shirt you would buy from Nike for the same amount of money is $60. But this is a really nice shirt. I'm just showing you guys some alternative clothing that's made by black people that is very stylish. And the name of the company is Actively Black. And one of their slogans is, there is greatness in our DNA. See? We don't know about these things. We want to support all these Italian designers. So we want these men who make six figures plus, 200,000 plus, 300,000 plus dollars to go out and buy Italian clothing that the people from those places don't give a fuck about black people. They don't contribute to the black community. They contribute to nothing. Just because some stars put these expensive clothing on their backs, at least I know that I am supporting black people here. Yeah, it may not come to my community. It may go to their community. It may go to their family, but I'm supporting someone who looks like me. I'm not supporting someone over in another country in Italy. Hopefully you hear what I'm saying here. Let me go to their bags real quick. I'm gonna show you the bags that I bought. Let me see if they have it up here. Here's some of the bags. And again, I told you these bags are not cheap. Here's a bag here for $300. Here's another bag for $150. And guess what? Your girl might say, what type of bag is this? This ain't no Fendi. This ain't no Birkin. This ain't no coat. Actively black. You're like, yeah, babe, it's a black company. Ain't nobody rocking this. Family. This is the bag I have right here. The crossbody carbon fiber bag. Because as a man, when you going and traveling, or you out and about, you at a function, you at an event, you at a carnival, you at Six Flags, you at Disney World, wherever you may be, you know, you want a water, you got your wallet, you got your car keys. A bag like this for me, $45, like shit, man. Yeah, I'm gonna rock this joint. It's a really nice bag. Then, of course, if you want a bigger bag, they got the backpack here. They got all these other backpacks and book bags that you guys want. But for a man like myself, I love this bag. Very stylish. You can wear it contemporary. You can wear it classical. You can wear it in a suit. Really nice bag. That's just for me, though. But I just want to show you guys that. Just want to show you guys that so you have an alternative place to look at certain things. Let's see what we got here. Sean talking about that Jan Sport. Hey, you remember that Jan Sport, bruh. Christopher says, this is absurd and stupid for a bag to cost that much. $500,000. I'm not lying. You know what? Just for it to be impactful here, family, I'm going to look up one very quickly here. I see my internet is acting really, really weird. Thank you, brother. I like Herms with cash or gold equivalent to price. Don't have one yet. Sean said, where's my bag? Shit, it's still on this site right here, bro. You might want to go get you one. Talk about you. Yeah, I'm going to look up this Birkin bag price real quick for people who are not aware of it. I was scared to look up this stuff. This stuff is ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at this bag right, family. This is crazy. They done lost their mind. This white crocodile used Birkin bag is $175,000. This other Birkin bag is $14,660. You know what? I think that's the bag I got my wife was a Tory and Birch, but it wasn't no damn $648. It wasn't over $300. I can tell you that. She know me. Like, hey. Let's look down here real quick. Birkin bags are an investment piece and can cost around $12,000 on the low end and $200,000 on the high end. So you need at least an extra $10K lying around before you can even think of purchasing your own Birkin bag. You know, this some girl told me that, oh, a Birkin bag is an investment. It is? A bag? Yeah, it's like a priceless painting. No, it's not. That bag is worthless. You just put makeup in your wallet and tampons and foundation and a knife or a gun inside of it. I mean, $200,000 for a freaking bag. And this bag, family, is about status. You buy a Coach purse and you buy a Birkin bag purse, whatever they call it, and you compare the two, guess what, family? They serve the same purpose. Literally. Oh, well, the Birkin bag has its own serial code. I think Coach does too. Some of them bags got little serial numbers in them. You just put stuff in them. Well, it's not like it's different. Would you say that about your car? No. There's a difference between a Toyota Corolla and a 5 Series BMW. There's a difference. Ain't no difference in that bag. They both made out of leather of some sort of animal or reptile. Snake, crocodile, right? I don't know, pheasant, crow. I don't know what that's made out of. But my point is, there's a total difference in ride quality between the Toyota Corolla and the 5 Series BMW. But that bag, you just put shit in. That's all I'm saying. Oh my God. Rosalind says, I like knockoffs. Me too. They cheap. See, Kim J has a QML one-of-a-kind resale. What's going on, JD the Informant? Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you, JD the Informant. I can have a whole used car lot for the price of that bag. Absolutely. But this is what people want. I don't get it. This new, and it's not millennials, believe it or not, family, because Generation X, the year span is from 1965 to 1980. Then millennials are 1981 to around 1996, 1997. So the people you're really dealing with right now are the younger millennials, but Generation Y. Right now, we're living in those people who are around like 18, early 20s. That's actually Generation Y. We keep saying millennials. It's not even millennials. Believe it or not, millennials are probably one of the best groups that's doing better financially, right? Handmade quality goat. Link says this is could be a small investment. Why a bag for that? I can't work for you making money back like that. Yeah. But yeah, family, and Kevin Samuels is really trying to bring this a sort of clarity to the Black community, and especially the women who really overshoot their shot when it comes to Black men. And you know what terminology that Black women consistently use over and over again to really denigrate and make Black men feel less than? You know what they use? You know what the one phrase, the one term, the one word that they use over and over again to make us feel less than? I'm not settling. Girl, you know what? You're not settling. You're not settling. You got 3 kids. Settling? Shh. Black men, we should be like, I'm not settling. And that's what Kevin Samuel was saying. He's saying if the Black women are going to say they're not settling, then you shouldn't either. If you're a man of business, you're a man on his grind, you're a man on purpose, then you shouldn't settle either. Because you're going into the relationship, you're going into the marriage already in a financial hardship, whereas though by yourself you was doing perfectly fine. Because now you have to take care of 1, 2, 3 kids that are not yours. And she is the one who is entitled, and she is the one saying she's not settling. That is the point the brother was trying to make. Uh-oh. Boy, that truth hurts. That's why people hating on the brother, because the truth hurt. The truth hurts. And people do not like the truth. When he was telling women, oh yeah, you're young. You're young. You have no kids. Okay. But you are bigger than the men. family, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. I'm looking at some of his guests on his show, and they're like, oh, I deserve this and I deserve that. And the question is, why do you think you deserve any of that? You look like a linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens. How do you think you deserve a six-figure man? Why would he want to walk around with a linebacker? Huh? You got to be outside your mind. Look, I'm going to be real with you guys. When I met my wife, beautiful, sexy, in shape, had her own. We started talking. I started to understand her business savviness. I understood where she stood. I started asking her those questions like, hey, if we were ever to, be together, get married, would you stop working? I'm just being real. See, you should go after what you want, men and ladies. You should go after what you want, but God damn it, you have to be reasonable. Because some people are like, oh, I'm a traditionalist. I want my wife at home. Brother, by all means, go find what you want. Believe me, there's a lot of women who just want to stay at home and do nothing. Or I'll reel it back in. They want to stay at home and take care of the family business and take care of the kids and the house and the homes and the bills and yeah, whatever. A lot of them just want to stay at home. That's just my opinion. I'm very biased. I'm just putting the biased disclaimer out there. I'm very biased. They just want to stay at home and do nothing. They just want to go out and shop. And please, my wife at work right now, and I'm on YouTube. Yep, my wife is at work right now downstairs in the downstairs office. So you have to essentially go out with you want. See, I'm not gonna lie. I tell my wife every now and again, I say it took me 40 years to meet you. I didn't married and dealt with these other little skeezers out here using me for I told her about my first marriage, my second marriage. I was like, this is why I couldn't get nowhere in life. And I told her, hey, I wasn't a saint in everything. I did some bad shit too. I did some wrong things as well. But let me tell you, I was not the culprit all the time. One of my wives, she spent most of our money on expensive curtains and pots and pans. And another one spent them on Jordans. Ray, what are you doing with your life? Why are you with these women? And men, we got to wake up. We got to ask the real questions. It's not about what she wants. It's not about what you think she wants. It's about what you want in your life. And some people, you hate to say, well, man, you shouldn't ask a woman what she brings to the table. No. I didn't ask my wife what she brings to the table. I just asked her one simple question. Once I realized how intelligent she was, when I realized how respectful and polite she was, when I realized how feminine she was, and when I realized that she didn't want to stop working. Ding, 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 ding. Dun, dun, dun. Will you marry me? I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it a buck. I am 100% telling you guys the truth. Shit. If I had a checklist, she covered all bases. Shout out to my wife. Let me see what you guys got over here. Let me see. You guys are over here. Boy, you guys over here getting it in. Let's see. It says, Link says, social media has done a number on people. Shaking my head, 80s and 90s were the best years. Okay, no argument there. Frank Green says, don't put this BS on the 80s babies. Blame that Cash Money 99 crew. Facts. Sean says, I know a lot of young guys that don't even know they're supposed to smell, act, dress, or let alone do a job interview, and that's sad. Brother Sean, I can't agree with you more, man. As a matter of fact, Sean, I've been trying to call you guys because I'm coming home during the July 4th weekend. I'm glad you're on. So You know, I'll be home for about 4 or 5 days. I think it's 4 days. So I'm gonna see you guys when I'm up there. Link says, all these women want to hear you're a queen and you're beautiful without any accountability for anything. And I'm gonna harp on that real quick. I'm gonna make a real quick comment about that, Link. Brothers and sisters of the Black community, we're all not kings and queens. We're not. We're not all kings and queens, because if we were all kings and queens, who were the damn servants? And all of these Black kingdoms and regions and all of these different points in Africa, how is everybody kings and queens? Now, when people say we come from kings and queens, that's true. Yeah, man, you're a king, man. No. The only king we have today is King James. No, I'm kidding. But I'm saying, yeah, everybody not a king and queen. Nah. Now, granted, in your home, you can be a king. Whatever your wife can be a queen. Whatever you believe she to be. That could be true. But not all of us are kings and queens. Let's just keep it real. Jay says those people love people like Izzo promoting unhealthy eating and bad relationship advice. As soon as they run into somebody like Kevin Samuels and he knocks down that illusion, terrors and victimhood. Absolutely. Here's another thing. I know Kevin Samuels. Sorry about the internet. It's jacked up. People were basically saying that Kevin Samuels was body shaming. No, he wasn't. See, mass media in its whole want us to, because I'm gonna be real with you guys. The Black community, we have the most obese people, period, men and women. But our women are fatter than the men. But they came out with this terminology of body positivity. What the hell is that? You know what? You're fat and you're obese. You have high blood pressure, diabetes, gout. You're one step out of the hospital and dying, but you should be happy with yourself. What? No. I understand you eat a lot of bread, you eat a lot of carbs, you eat heavy meals, you eat late at night, you eat a lot of sugar, but you should be positive about your body. You should be happy in who you are. I'm not telling people to go out and kill themselves because they're obese or fat. How about do a damn push-up? Or how about do some push-aways from that goddamn table? Men and women. You don't want to be around for your kids or your grandkids or for your significant other or someone potentially be your significant other. You want to look. I said this. I said the Black community in a whole, we look swollen. You ever seen somebody who is fat and they have all of this fat tissue around their bone structure and skeleton makeup essentially, and then when they lose weight, you can really show how swollen they look, how swollen they are, how unhealthy they look. I have an uncle right now who's losing a lot of weight, and I'm very happy for him. My aunt told me that he's looking really good, but he's been fat for a very long time. So I'm glad he's been a lot healthier. Oh yeah. If I'm at home, I'm still working. I know that's right. All the real ones here. Suba Contrary said, I'm working from home too, getting married soon. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Glad to hear it. At least you weren't hungry and stayed fresh. You guys are cutting up today, man. They said they get relationship advice from Oprah and Wendy Williams and Steve Harvey, people that never had successful marriage. Thank you very much. And you know why they take their advice? Because they said it nicely. And they lied to him. I read Steve Harvey's book. It's like, think like a man and act like a woman, but basically telling women to wait 90 days before a man to have sex. Listen, I hope Christians, don't take this the wrong way. But you are. Christians, you're going to take this the wrong way because a lot of you already committed the sin. A lot of you who are married to your significant other and you call yourself a Christian, you had sex before you got married. 99.9% of you guys had sex before you got married. Yes, you did, because you wanted to test the goods before you went all in, and goddamn it, you broke one of God's laws. So if you ain't gonna follow God, why the hell are you following Steve Harvey? Talking about wait 90 days. Shit. How much I wait with my wife? I forgot. Man, they lost their mind. Oh, I see you, Sean. I see you, brother. He's still cracking up. They lost their mind talking about wait 90 days. Man, please. It's kind of like, I know people use this analogy before. Hey, we got this 7 Series BMW. As a matter of fact, we got this S-Class Mercedes. How much is it? Oh, it's $100,000. Brand new, fully loaded. Oh, well, I'm going to take a look at it. Oh, okay. I was like, hey, can I do a test drive? No. We're not letting nobody test drive. You can look at it. You can feel on it a little bit. Don't get too aggressive. But we ain't going to let you drive it. Huh? $100,000? You mean to tell me I'm about to be married? And I found out, I don't like it like this, and I don't like it like that, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. Well, God said the bedroom is undefiled. Well, he wasn't talking about me. I'm a real Christian woman. I don't do all that. But you can do me. You can do me. You can do me. I'm clowning, family. I'm clowning. I'm just having a little bit of fun. Because I know in referencing Kevin Samuels, he had fun on his broadcast too. You heard him cracking up every now and again. So again, this tribute is out to Kevin Samuels. Condolences to his family, to his friends, to his loved ones, to the people who influenced, encouraged, and those who admired him. Again, not trying to take away from the brother's message, but I just wanted to point some things out here today. You guys have a great and wonderful Monday. This is Financial Literacy 101, aka The Black Post, aka Not My Idea. You guys have a great and wonderful day. I'm out.